In America, as seemingly in the world, hate crimes against Jewish, Muslim and Arab Americans have been on the rise, but since October 7, anti-Semitic and anti-Muslim threats have spiked, quote, to a whole new level, unquote, according to the FBI Director Chris Wray. Let's go to Peggy to bring us up to date on all of this. Peggy, thank you again for your time. What is the situation like? There is talk that all of this is prompting fears that the conflict between Arabs and Jews could inspire a wave of violent extremism. What are you seeing?
Yeah. Well, thank you, Alan, for having me on. And this is something that we're seeing worldwide. And it is troubling. It's terrifying. It's very unsettling. And especially with so many young people that probably before this happened couldn't even identify Gaza on a map. And yet here they are with such passion, protesting in such huge numbers. And so it really begs the question in my mind, what's behind this? What is fueling this? Who is accelerating this narrative? And my guess is it goes right back to the Chinese. We see that within a few hours and certainly within a few days after the terrible slaughter that took place in Israel, we very quickly, the narrative turned worldwide from feeling terrible for Israel, standing with Israel, to this pro-Palestinian narrative. And I have to believe that the Chinese are behind fueling this narrative and putting passion into people who don't even really know where Gaza is, never thought about the Palestinian people before, and are artificially being pulled into this conflict in a way that is inauthentic.
Yes, indeed. I mean, it is. You're right. It's disturbing. It's international. The FBI director in America, Chris Wray, told a Senate hearing last week, and I'll quote him, "We assess that the actions of Hamas and its allies will serve as an inspiration, the like of which we haven't seen since ISIS launched its so-called caliphate several years ago." Now, a caliphate is a philosophical belief that basically Muslims should rule the world. Well, Wray said, quote, "Here in the United States, our most immediate concern is that violent extremists, individuals or small groups, will draw inspiration from the events in the Middle East to carry out attacks against Americans going about their daily lives." Peggy, you used the word unsettling. It is unsettling, and you have to worry not just where it's coming from, but where is this going to end if indeed the charter of Hamas is to obliterate Israel?
It's true. And actually, I wrote a piece about this last week, and it's terribly irresponsible of the Biden administration to just drop this on the American people as if it's something that has happened to them, not something that they have caused. They have caused this crisis by leaving our southern border open. We have seen 75,000 people from countries of what they call special interests, so countries that have been hostile toward America, come across our southern border. We've seen almost 200 people on the terror watch list cross our southern border. And this administration won't tell us who these people are, where they are, what their intentions are for being here, not to mention the probably nearly 8 million people who are unvetted and unknown to the U.S. who have crossed the border. So for this administration to act like this is something that has happened to them, it's something that they have caused. The American people are tired of this. They've been screaming for them to shut the southern border. And all of a sudden, Christopher Wray says, well, we should be worried about this. The American people have known for a long time we should be worried about this and have demanded that the Biden administration take action, and they have yet to do so yet.